to the presentation, and we're going to jump right in here. The next little session, talk about the reason why a lot of businesses fail. And you've heard this a lot of times that people fail because businesses fail because of lack of planning, and that is true. You don't plan, you write the vision, you make it plain. I've heard people, who are in business and they're like, I want contracts. I need contracts. I need sales. I need, excuse me, money. I need capital to get started. But the truth be told, you can get $1 million today. And for your business, you can get $1 million contract today for your business. But if you don't have the infrastructure in place, and the smooth running systems in place to handle the money, to handle the people, to handle the customers, then you're just as soon, you're going to be out of business. So you have to have a lot of businesses, the majority of businesses fail because of management. They don't know how to manage people, they don't know how to manage cash, and so on and so forth. So it is so important to learn and self educate about the system. Start small. If you're one person, 1 to 2 person operation, you'll have small systems. But the key is to know what systems you're supposed to have, number one, what they look like, how they're supposed to function, what they're supposed to produce, so that you can start, small. For instance, customer relationship management system is, the piece that is that you'll be working with may be starting out nothing more than an Excel spreadsheet. Because if you don't have a whole lot of customers, you can't afford to invest in one of these robust customer relationship management systems. So, at best, you may have just an Excel spreadsheet where you can categorize, you can keep up with, you name the columns, the name of the people, and this is to keep up with your customers, potential customers, and so on and so forth. You can and when you start labeling the columns, the different columns, which will be your different fields in your spreadsheet, be very detailed and separate something just like a name, first name, last name. Don't just say name and put Cheryl Sally in one field. Say first name, last name, um, first name, middle initial, last name, or just first name, last name, phone number, address. And in the address, don't just put the the address and the city and the state and the zip code all in one field. You're going to separate each one of those. Columbia in one field, state, South Carolina in another field, zip code in another field, so on and so forth. And you're going to have as many fields as you can think about the different ways to describe what that contact is, when you contacted them, put the date of initial contact, put a field that says date of follow-up visit. You might have a field, and so on and so forth. So when you can sort that, you keep up with everybody you touch. I don't care what type. You can put the type of customer or engagement it is, because it may not be a customer right now. It may just be somebody like myself who's a business resource person, and you can put that there. But it will help you the next time you get ready to do an email campaign or send out letters and so on and so forth. You can sort that Excel spreadsheet by some of the things, the characteristics of the thing. You just want to send out newsletters to people in a certain zip code. Well, if you had lumped all of the address in one field, you couldn't sort it by zip code. So that's why you kind of break up the data as much as you can, break up that data for that one customer, so that you can have you can sort it and so on and so forth. And then you can start to develop a system, but you will have an efficient a more efficient way of keeping up with your customers than, okay, I met this person today. We were in Walmart. I met a potential customer. I got a card. Now I lost the card. Every time you meet somebody, it has to go back into that Excel spreadsheet or another type of customer relationship management system. Every day it goes into that. Every time you're on the phone with a new person, I don't care if it's a customer, a vendor, whoever it is, that engagement, that contact, I call it a touch. I call it my touch marketing system, my touch marketing program. But that touch goes in your Excel spreadsheet, hence, which is your customer relationship management system, the start of that system. And you have to develop a habit that every touch has to go in there so that then when you start to run the campaigns and things like that, you'll be used to it. Okay. So those are the things, managing, managing your behavior, managing functions, managing systems, managing the system. So I'm gonna get into the infrastructure now, which is the meat of the business. That is the base. That is the core of every business is the infrastructure and the systems. And you have to have these things in place. Starting out, it's going to be small systems. It's going to be very simple, but it's going to be a system and a function that you can build on. You have to have it in place. Must have. Okay, it'll save you a lot of headache in the long run. You'll see in red a lot throughout. Is that the most important of all is that you're building using an overall system for the entire business and subsystems for each subcomponent of the business consistently. Okay. So we're talking about, these are the must have, and you have to self educate about these different areas. This is the backbone and the strength of your company. And this is what sets you apart. This is what allows you to be able to franchise your business or, sell your business. Who wants to buy a house that's not in order, that's in chaos? When you open the door, you can't tell if this is a kitchen or a living room or a bedroom because everything is just thrown everywhere. There's no system, there's no start, there's no end, to your the functions and the activities of the company. So you want to have an operations manual. You want to begin to if something, just use these phones. I can't stress that. It's so simple, but don't make it complex. Use your phone to record. You got a voice recorder on your smartphone if you have a smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, then get you a voice activated tape recorder, but record and have somebody to record from every day when you start, from the minute you open your door. What do you do? Not leaving out any activity, not one move that you make, do not leave it out because you're going to develop your operations manual for each area of your business. If it's administrative management, if it's the customer management, you want it recorded, you want it in writing so that anybody that comes into, let's say, for instance, you need to hire your administrative person is out for a day and you need to hire temp staff. Well, you can tell you want to, be to have a system where the temporary person can come in and get the manual and pretty much follow it and know how to answer the phone, know what to do with incoming mail, know what to do with bills. And they may not be able to handle bills, but I'm saying if they need to handle bills, then you have a manual in place that they can reference, where so the work and the activity, the proficiency, the efficiency will not stop because the person who normally handles it is not there. It will not stop if you are not there. So that person will, that's in every area of your business. You get that in writing, and it can start with something as simple as your cell phone, where you're recording it, and you can get a student, intern, or somebody to transcribe what you've recorded on that cell phone. But you want the core pieces of your business recorded, and you want the administrative, everything, field operations. If you're doing things in the field, you have to fund them, and it's easier to do it from the beginning than to go back and try to do it after you have a lot of different things in place. Okay. Um, Same thing with your marketing plan, general, and you're going to have these manuals, your standard operating procedures. Military, corporate America, they know the importance of that. They know the importance of having that. Run your business like it is, a military installation. You have to have these standard operating procedures, or like it is a manufacturing facility. So learn to produce the manuals for your systems, human resource management system. And we're going to stop right there for a minute because I want you to go and, let's say, Google sample operating manual or sample standard operating procedures and find what that looks like. And we're going to come back